are now, according to Mary Kay Cabot, somebody I've had on the show multiple times, somebody I trust, that the Cleveland Browns think the NFL is going to be unrelenting and unwavering, and they want Deshaun Watson to sit out for the year. So now Cleveland has a decision to make. And according to Mary Kay Cabot, they're going to make a run at Garoppolo, and they may be doing it now. Now, Cleveland would like the Niners to pick up some of the salary, but the Niners aren't desperate, and I doubt they would do that. I still think Seattle should give Garoppolo a look and give up a second-round pick, which they got for trading Russell Wilson. So, and I would say this, if I was Jimmy Garoppolo, even though Cleveland's a better team than the New York Giants, I would rather go to the Giants. I would not trust Cleveland ownership, and it's a short-term job. Even if you crushed, then Cleveland could trade you. So, I mean, the way I look at Cleveland is if Amari Cooper got hurt, they have a bad wide receiving core, and I don't trust their ownership, and it's not a long-term job. And I think Garoppolo would work in Cleveland. This offense in Cleveland has a lot of similarities to San Francisco. It's quarterback friendly. It's run first. It's a very good, like the Niners, it's a very good offensive line. So I think Jimmy would work there really quickly. It's a very tough division, though. And Garoppolo, to me, and I'll say it again, the New York Giants is the one that works for me. And if you watch the Giants play this past week, you know what I'm talking about. The Giants are not a good football situation, but think of it from Jimmy Garoppolo's standpoint. New York and that face, Jimmy Garoppolo could get very popular very quickly in New York. It is a much weaker division. And the Giants, there's two areas on this Giants football team where I actually think they have some talent. Defensive line and wide receiver. Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, Kadarius Toney, Kenny Golladay. They just drafted another wide receiver. They may be number twos, but they've got some real talent. They've got different body types. They got Galladay's a big guy. Toney's a smaller guy. They've got veterans. They've got young guys. They just don't have anybody to get them the football. So I think Garoppolo in New York would elevate. That's the one thing Jimmy does. He's not going to run around a lot. He's not super mobile. He doesn't go over the top a lot, but Garoppolo distributes the ball accurately and quickly. And I think the Giants actually, though not a great roster, have some talent, unique body types at wide receiver. Jimmy gets them the football. Because that's the Daniel Jones issue, is that Daniel's not an accurate distributor. Jimmy is. Jimmy completed 71% of his throws week 10 on. You saw him in the fourth quarter in Lambeau. He gets it to the right spot. He's not going to run around. He's not a big deep ball thrower. It's not what he does. He's not a super twitchy athlete. He's got a little Chris Paul. He gets the ball in the right hands. You know, that's part of being a point guard, a quarterback, is get it to the guys. So I think the Giants actually have a little bit of an underrated group of receivers that if they just found somebody that could get them the ball, they'd be fine. Not a good roster, but that area, I kind of like some of their players. And now, Cleveland's much better, but it's a short-term job. It's a really, really tough division. I don't want my future in Cleveland in Haslam's hands. Then they could deal me to a terrible team. The Niners, although Jimmy doesn't have any, veto power, the Niners would like to do Jimmy a solid, as long as somebody – now, Cleveland wants the Niners to pick up some of the salary, and if I was San Francisco, I'd say no. What's the point? Don't be desperate. Somebody's going to want Jimmy Garoppolo by week 8 at the trading deadline. Somebody's going to want him. Now, you're going to have to pay some of that if you don't get rid of him on the final day. You can get rid of guys and save on salary. But I watched Seattle, and I know Geno and Drew Lock played okay, but that's not the future. I think Seattle, because of the Russell Wilson trade, next year has 2 1s, 2 2s. They've got multiple picks. I would give up a 2 for Garoppolo for 2 years. I've said it ad nauseum. Even if you're going to draft a quarterback next year, Garoppolo's going to make you viable today, and he's going to be better than a rookie next year, and he's always been great in the room. Always been great in the room. So Cleveland reportedly wants him. I trust Mary Kay Cabot. They want the Niners to pay some of it. Here's another story from a reporter I trust. I just read it 10 minutes ago. Mark Stein's been covering the NBA forever.